Good morning. Robert Caruso here. Beautiful, sunny, warm, dry yet green, and lush Portland, Oregon. It's so beautiful. I'm very lucky to live in a place that is so amazing. I mean, yeah, we get some rain, of course, but I'll tell you, when spring comes and summer is so green, so lush, so beautiful. But hey, Carrie, thanks for joining. So I'm gonna wait a second. Have a few folks jumping in here. I'm gonna have a conversation with you guys just a little bit about getting real. So okay, so we've got a bunch of people jumping on here. Howdy, everybody. Jason, Dawn. Awesome to see you. So, if I might take just a couple moments of your time, approximately once a year, I tend to jump on a little rant about the industry that I'm in and that I love so much, which is digital marketing. Love it. Just to give you a little perspective on the content marketing side, we write somewhere around 10 to 15,000 words a week for ourselves and our clients. Just to give you an idea, we manage all of their integrated digital marketing strategies and all of that. And so I'd like to say, I've been in the industry a while. I certainly don't know everything. I've certainly made a lot of mistakes in business and in marketing. I've had failures and successes, and I'm really blessed. But I think I can talk to and about this industry with a little bit of credibility. You're not going to find me always on stage somewhere. You're not going to find me coming out with a latest book on the latest hot topic or buzzwords. But I think, if anything, when you think of me, you think of getting the truth and really, really being direct. And so I want to do that today. And I hope you guys can bear with me. So, and I really want to do it with grace and love, but truth, right? So, new blog post came out this morning on my blog, fondalo.com/blog, if you want the quick direct link to the latest one. And the title of it is Marketing Industry. Can we get real? Hey, Donna, nice to see you too. And it's basically, once a year I do a rant. And oftentimes it is really directed at the industry as a whole and some of the folks that are in the industry and my sense of what's going on and my feelings about those things. And really, I think it's important to note here, everything you're about to hear is one man's humble opinion. And I'm not right about everything, for sure. And it's free, so it's worth every penny, right? All right, so what kind of spurred this? So my good buddy Dave Humphrey, who really I love and respect, he's one of the most honest, kind, and direct people in this industry. And he and I have had so many one-on-one personal conversations. I really and truly can say I love the guy. He's awesome. So Kevin, there's no place for being humble in social media marketing. I disagree, and frankly, and I know you're being facetious, but frankly, I would say we need a place in social media for being humble, and there's not a lot about that in this industry, certainly at the moment, and the moments leading up to this moment. There hasn't been a lot of humble. There's been a lot of hype, smoke and mirrors, and things like that. But anyways, I digress. Thanks for the input, KP Kelly. So here's the deal. So I was cruising through Facebook the other day, and somebody made a post about Blab and the fact that it's fading or dead now. Where will all people go for live video group discussions? And so I kind of went, well, I never got on the shiny squirrel. Julia, love you. Miss you. I never got on the Blab bandwagon. And I tend to avoid those shiny objects that come in and out of this industry almost weekly. I mean, it's really incredible. But Dave Humphrey made a comment. So the response to, with Blab fading or dead, where will people go live for video group discussions? And Dave Humphrey's comment was, maybe Cracker Barrel. And oh my gosh, I started dying laughing, and it just cracked me up because, I mean, Dave is always saying funny stuff like this, and he's just so real, and he does it in such a great humorous way that, you know, it totally got me laughing. But then it got me thinking, and then it got me frustrated, it got me upset, and then finally it led to my, you know, semi-annual rant article that is now live on the blog about the marketing industry. And, you know, the first thing I would, you know, like to say is that it's really been, but it certainly is Dave Humphrey, you're going to have to watch this because I just talked about you. I love you, brother. Anyways, the point here is, you know, over the past several years, it really appears that what we've seen is Pied Pipers that have begun to lead, or not begun, have really led, frankly, many to the slaughterhouse. And let me give you an example of what I mean by that. You might recall several years ago when Google Plus came out. Nearly every single one of the folks that you see on stage at every one of the industry conventions or whatever, or are always writing the latest books and so on, they all had changed, not all, but again, many changed their Facebook profile to this. Does everyone remember that? I've moved to Google Plus. I hate Facebook. Google Plus is the future. Facebook is dead. Google Plus is going to kill it. And many sheep, or, you know, unsuspecting, maybe even we could say naive or inexperienced folks followed over there. They invest an enormous amount of time building their circles. Why we need to change the name of things that people already understand. How about friends? I mean, anyways, the point is that so many people went over there and invested literally a couple years or more on trying to build a community there. Then Google Hangouts came out, and, you know, just like the whole Blab thing, they started not only doing their Blabs or their Google Hangouts, which is similar to Facebook Live, right? It allows you to do live video, but could also enable you to have other people live with you and so on. But they turned it into, right, really excuse my language, a shit show of BS and self-promotion and promoting things that really are shiny objects and squirrels. So the folks that got huge advantage out of it are the same folks that put up I've moved, and they moved over there and built a community there and increased and enhanced their community of followers and folks that hang on every word and share every piece of their content and buy their every book and go to every event that they're speaking at, to the tune of thousands and thousands of dollars. Here's what you need to understand. These people, and I'll cover this at the end, but I'm not negative towards people being successful and making money. I think that's awesome. And I think that's what we all should be endeavoring to do. But you need to understand, they do not make their money doing what they're telling you to do. They make their money by being paid $20,000 to keynote at events, by launching books, by selling trainings and things like this. And for the most part, again, I don't want to include the entire, world or industry in this, but I'm telling you just what I see, what I'm seeing, and my thoughts about the general sense of what's going on. And frankly, it's not new. It's been going on for some time, but it's kind of just really coming to a head. And, I'm seeing things, guys that, are now speaking on stage following 3 years of every 6 months or even less, being fired from a job, begging their community to help them get a job, going from, this position to that position, might I add, unsuccessfully, because you don't get fired every 6 months from where you are if you're getting results. You get fired because you're not getting results. But yet now those same guys are giving keynote messages at some of the industry events and talking about Snapchat and how it's awesome for brands and you need to be there too. And it doesn't take a rocket science to get out a calculator, calculate up the time they spend every day doing what they're doing. And realize pretty quickly that if you are actually working, if you are actually creating real stuff every day, Daniel Newman, exactly. Yeah, many of them that are doing what I just discussed, they're actually not getting paid to do the speaking. Frankly, many aren't. I mean, let's be real clear. If it is a major event in the industry and there's more than 5 named speakers, 4 main speakers that you all know, they write the books, they're always speaking at the events, etc. All of the other, we're talking 5, 10, 20, 30 even for the bigger events, speakers have not only paid their own way to get there, they're not being compensated whatsoever to do their speaking. Period. I mean, just hello, period. I mean, it's just how it works. So look, I mean, the point is this. When people are spending an exorbitant amount of time doing these live things, which I do once a week now, because I think it's important and I think I can add some value based on my experience. You can watch them. They're free, right? And worth every penny, as I said. But the point is, if you're listening to people that are continually doing snaps all day, doing live videos every day, all day, commenting on other industry folks doing that, and, are using hashtags or, frankly, invaluable things like real talk or things like that in everything they do, I say, can we all just freaking get real here? Yes, we need to support our peers. We need to, and this is coming across so down and gray and negative or black, dark and negative. I don't want it to be. I just want to I just want to share some truth. I want everybody to support, your friends and your peers and so on. But look, brands, listen to me. If you are considering hiring a consultant, he can sing. If you're considering hiring a consultant, an agency, or a marketing company that is going to handle your stuff or help you get put together, do me a favor, take some time, go look at those people's own blogs, the content they're putting out, who they're engaging with on a daily basis, how much time they're spending doing the things I've talked about here every day. I can assure you, I know the amount of time, energy, and resources it takes to effectively execute. If you're actually really doing the things you're talking about, you don't have time. You just frankly don't have time to do it. If you're an agency and the bulk of your time is out there, hang on, I need coffee. Best coffee mug ever, by the way. But frankly, you just don't have time to do all those things. So, am I jaded about our industry and about marketers? Yeah, maybe a little bit. Sure. But why? I can assure you, I'm not jealous about anyone or anything. Man, I work hard. And I'm really good at what I do because of the things I've done that have failed. And it's made me way better at what I do. But I feel like I'm watching this industry turn into some kind of 1970s or 80s, car salesman kind of a deal. Right? And I really think it's important that the people that are actually doing really good stuff for clients and or their product brand outside of the authors, speakers, wannabes, etc., are what we need to champion as an industry and provide examples of the work they're doing rather than championing buzzwords and continual crap content and videos and stuff that is being put out. Those are the peers, the friends, and marketers that I believe we should be listening to if they had time to share more, right? But why am I jaded? Look, we talk to clients. I'll give you an example. Just the other day, prospective client was spending $20,000 a month on retainer with an agency. Their site is deplorable. The content is, well, first of all, it's so incredibly rare that there's content, new content being created for this brand. But what was being created was horrible, worthless, and doing nothing for them. Their social accounts, sad. $20,000 a month. So, look, we talk to brands and small companies, mid-market and larger brands and startups, etc. frequently. Before we work with them, we kind of go through a lot of detail about where they are, where they've been, what's been done, by whom, etc. And frankly, I'm tired of listening to these people that have been ripped off and taken advantage of, stolen from. I'm tired of watching folks that, some I've even, mentored a little or invested in, continue to struggle because they're listening to these Pied Pipers that lead them off in directions that, frankly, there's no excuse except for self-gratification, ego, self-preservation, and self-enrichment. That they are leading these folks down paths that do not lead to stable incomes and results. And I don't want to put all the blame on the Pied Pipers because, right, they wouldn't keep doing it if they weren't able to derive an income from it. And it's not that I am angry that they are deriving an income. I want everyone to succeed. I mean, I truly do from my heart want people to succeed and see success and all of those things. But damn it, I'm calling on our industry to get real. I'm calling on this industry and those in it to be accountable to themselves, to take a hard look at themselves and what am I doing in the industry? Am I furthering the industry I love and care about? Or am I solely enriching myself? And I'm saying, not just ask yourself that, I'm saying look in the mirror and really ask yourself that question. And I'm saying to brands, startups, SaaSes, etc., be extremely cautious. Be extremely cautious. Investigate what the folks you're considering hiring are doing out there. What's the content they're creating? And one thing I can assure you, let's say 80% of the time, if you read their content that they're creating, whether it be on video, whether it be on blog content, graphics, all of those things, if the content they're creating, one, is clearly directed to their peers and competitors, or if the majority of the engagement, sharing, and conversation around their content is by their peers and competitors, I can tell you that there's a large chance that maybe something isn't right in the world, in their world, and you don't want to bring that into your world. Now again, let me repeat, I'm not saying that, my brother man that, posted about, the blab where people are going to go, and that's fine. It's okay. It's not about that specifically. It's about, do we need to be spending time having all of these 18, blab video conversations a week? Yeah, there's places for that. There's places for all kinds of things. What I'm, don't misunderstand or misconstrue what I'm talking about here. Let's use our heads. Let's be accountable to ourselves. Let's be accountable to our industry. Let's be accountable to our clients. Let's be accountable to our peers. Jim Robertson, love you, brother. I've been watching what you've been doing and your comeback. And man, I got to tell you, I'm proud of you. I believe believe it's the right Jim Robertson. I hope so. If it's the coffee people, Jim and Patty's Coffee, Jim, then dude, talk about somebody that went through hell, created something awesome in a huge industry such as coffee, and had it stolen from him, and went through just incredible challenges to bust through and do it again successfully, and seeing it climb. And I'm sure it's not perfect and all of that, but way to go, man. Way to go. Anyways, is this clear? Okay, different dude. All right, sorry, Jim. But yeah, sorry, Jim. But anyways, the point is, guys, I don't know a lot about, Snapchat and Pokemon Go and Blab and all of these, shiny objects that come in and everybody touts and writes about, and this, that, and the other, and it spends all their time and effort on and so on. Look, it's about blocking and tackling, right? Right? Can you do it? Right? Can you take a client from zero digital footprint, virtually zero, and charge what is appropriate to really execute full inbound integrated digital marketing, content marketing, social media marketing, etc., and in 45 days deliver ROI, even though they wrote you a pretty big check just to get going and are paying a substantial amount monthly? Can you do that? If you can't, if you aren't doing that, can I suggest brands talk to somebody else? Industry people, do something else. Because if you continue to do what you're doing, what's the definition of insanity? Continuing to do the same thing and expect a different result. And frankly, I've been there. So I'm not telling you something that I don't have some experience with. But anyways, I hope it wasn't too dark. I hope there was a little bit of fun involved in this. And there was some grace. I hope I got across from my heart. Grace. It's not an indictment of everybody. I'm not trying to, elbow strike and ground and pound, my industry or my peers or my friends or whatever. But at the same time, I want to make sure that there's some truth to it. And so I present to you my semi or annual industry rant, and I hope it makes you think, if nothing else. I hope it changes some things within your heart and your mind, maybe even your spirit, that spurs you to do some things differently, that bears fruit, that delivers results, that transforms you as a person, that elevates your business, your revenue, your results, all of that. Jed, not hammering you, brother. Just speaking truth, man. And I hope I got that across. And please listen to this so you hopefully get that. Not hammering you, brother. It's all good. All right. Hopefully this was helpful. God bless. I will post the link to the actual article in this once it posts up and is saved. So I'd love your feedback on it. I'm open to comments and differing opinions. I'm not right about everything. Trust me, I'm not. But I believe there's some meat here that you can consume. Leave the bones that you don't agree with, and that's cool. We don't have to always agree. But hopefully I added some value to the world today, to Facebook, and most importantly to our industry. God bless. Bye-bye.